Did you know that Americans spend an average of 55 minutes every day looking for lost items? That's almost an hour of your life wasted, every single day. Over a year, that adds up to about 12 full days spent searching for things you can't find. And that's just one example of the hidden costs of holding onto things you don't need. Clutter isn't just about the mess you see, it's about the time, energy, and even happiness you lose without even realizing it. We've all been guilty of holding onto items because they feel important, but often, these things don't add any value to our lives. In fact, they might be quietly draining us. In this video, we'll explore the shocking and hidden costs of holding onto unnecessary things. From the emotional price to the opportunities you miss, the cost of clutter is much more than you think. Stick around, because we'll dive into how letting go can actually make your life easier, happier, and more fulfilling. Ready to reclaim your time, energy, and peace of mind? Let's get started. Chapter 1. The weight you can't see. How clutter drains your energy. Have you ever felt exhausted, not from work, but from the clutter around you? Studies show that a messy environment can make it harder to focus, reduce productivity, and even affect your mood. According to a study by the Princeton Neuroscience Institute, physical clutter competes for your attention and reduces your ability to focus. In other words, your stuff is stealing your energy without you even knowing it. This is where minimalism steps in. By letting go of unnecessary items, you can create a more organized and peaceful space. Imagine walking into a room and feeling instantly calm instead of overwhelmed. It's like giving your mind a breather. Another study from UCLA's Center on Everyday Lives of Families found that people with more cluttered homes have higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. The simple act of decluttering can lower your stress and give you more mental clarity. It's a low-cost, high-reward way to invest in your well-being. Here's a practical tip. Start by tackling just one room or even a small area. It's easier to focus on one task, and the progress you make will inspire you to keep going. As you clear out things you don't need, you'll feel lighter, not just in your space but in your mind as well. Chapter 2. Storage fees of the soul. The emotional price of attachment. We all have things we hold onto for sentimental reasons. But have you ever thought about the emotional toll of keeping items that no longer serve you? It's easy to let our memories be tied to physical objects, but when you hold onto things out of guilt or nostalgia, you're paying an emotional price. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research suggests that the emotional attachment to material possessions can prevent personal growth. By holding onto items from the past, we trap ourselves in memories that no longer reflect who we are today. This attachment can prevent you from moving forward and embracing new experiences. Think about it. Every item you hold onto is like a mental anchor. Whether it's an old sweater from a relationship that ended years ago or a collection of outdated gadgets, these objects take up more than just physical space. They occupy emotional space, too. A strategy to break free from this emotional burden is to ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or add value to my life today? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. One powerful approach is Marie Kondo's method of asking if an item sparks joy. If it doesn't, consider thanking it for its service and part ways with it. Letting go of sentimental items doesn't mean you forget the memories they represent. You can always preserve those moments through photos, journals, or experiences, rather than holding onto the objects themselves. This frees up emotional space, allowing room for new memories. Chapter 3. Opportunity cost. The hidden potential of space. Every time you hold onto something that doesn't serve you, you're missing out on opportunities. You may not realize it, but every item takes up valuable space in your life, physically and mentally. Think about the items cluttering your closet, your desk, or your kitchen. If they aren't useful or meaningful, they're just taking up space that could be better used for something else. According to a report by the National Association of Professional Organizers, Americans spend an average of 55 minutes a day looking for lost items. That's almost an hour each day spent on things that don't add value to our lives. Imagine how much time you could gain back by letting go of the things you no longer need. This is where minimalism shows its power. When you free up space, you're also freeing up time, energy, and mental bandwidth. By removing the clutter, you create an environment that fosters creativity and new possibilities. The more space you make, the more room there is for new opportunities to enter your life. A strategy to embrace this opportunity cost is to conduct a use it or lose it challenge. Set a deadline for yourself to use or get rid of any item you haven't used in the last year. If it's not contributing to your life, let it go. This will help you realize how much unused potential you've been holding onto in the form of stuff. And here's a powerful thought. When you declutter, you're not just making space in your physical environment, you're creating room for your future self. A simpler, more focused life opens up new opportunities for personal growth, better experiences, and greater happiness. If you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more minimalist tips that can transform your life. You don't want to miss out on the next chapters. Chapter 4. The Silent Siphon. How unused items steal your time. Time is one of our most precious resources, but many of us spend it mindlessly managing things we don't even need. A study from the National Association of Professional Organizers revealed that nearly 80% of people waste time searching for misplaced items. The average American loses $2,000 a year due to clutter-related issues. Things like lost items or wasted time cleaning up unnecessary mess. That's a huge cost for something that could be avoided by simply letting go of the excess. Unused items might be sitting in your closet, attic, or garage, collecting dust. But they're not just taking up space, they're silently stealing your time. Every time you have to sort through or clean around these things, you're investing time and energy into something that doesn't improve your life. Imagine how much more time you'd have to focus on your goals, hobbies, or relationships if you didn't have to constantly manage your clutter. Here's an easy strategy. Set aside 10 minutes each day to tackle a cluttered spot in your home. It could be a drawer, your wardrobe, or the countertop. Little by little, you'll clear up the space and free up your time. By simply getting rid of the things that no longer serve a purpose, you'll notice how much lighter and more organized you feel. Chapter 5. The Illusion of Security. Why possessions don't protect you. Many of us hold on to things for the false sense of security they provide. But the truth is, possessions don't protect us, they just weigh us down. We may think that keeping old clothes, outdated technology, or sentimental objects gives us a sense of safety, but in reality, it's just cluttering our lives. In a study from the University of California, researchers found that people who held onto material possessions for emotional security had lower levels of happiness and more stress. The more things we have, the more responsibility we take on, and the more we have to worry about maintaining them. Instead of collecting things that we think will bring us comfort, we should focus on the things that truly matter: experiences, relationships, and personal growth. A simple home with only the things that serve us is not just less stressful, it's actually more secure. Letting go of material possessions opens up room for peace of mind and helps you focus on what truly makes you feel safe and fulfilled. A strategy here is to do a security audit. Go through your belongings and ask yourself, what makes me feel secure, and what just feels like a burden? This simple question can help you let go of the things that no longer offer real value to your life, giving you more emotional freedom. Chapter 6. The Cost of Regret. How holding on limits your future self. Fear of regret is one of the biggest reasons people hold on to things they no longer need. We worry that if we let go of something, we might need it later or feel bad about throwing it away. But holding on to the past can limit our growth and prevent us from moving forward. According to a study published in the Journal of Consumer Research, people who hold on to possessions out of fear often experience greater feelings of regret and dissatisfaction with their lives. When we keep things out of guilt or fear of making the wrong decision, we prevent ourselves from embracing new possibilities. This emotional baggage keeps us from evolving. It's like carrying around a backpack full of rocks. It's hard to move freely when you're weighed down by old stuff. The strategy to overcome this is to reframe how you think about the items you're holding on to. Instead of thinking about what you might lose, think about what you stand to gain. Every item you let go of makes room for something better, whether it's new experiences, new memories, or simply more freedom to live the life you want. A powerful way to begin is to visualize your future self. Ask yourself, what does my future self need, not just my present self? By focusing on who you want to become, you'll be more motivated to let go of the things holding you back. Congratulations on finishing this deep dive into the hidden costs of holding on to things you don't need. If you found these insights helpful, Be sure to subscribe for more minimalist tips and strategies to transform your life. Remember, less is more. Let go to grow.